there, my name is Beanie Feldstein, and I'm playing Fanny Brice in the upcoming revival of Funny Girl on Broadway.
Hello, and I'm Jane Lynch. I'm playing Rose Brice, Fanny's mama, in the upcoming revival of Funny Girl on Broadway.
Our protagonist, Fanny Brice, was such a trailblazer for women in comedy, and today we're excited to discuss modern-day icons who've broken glass ceilings and changed the face of comedy. One person that comes to mind is Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett. She is the person who I looked at growing up going, I want to do that. Never thinking that I would be able to do that.
What was the first? Do you remember the first?
I don't remember the first one so much, but I do remember my dad had a little tape recorder that he would dictate into, and my brother and I would turn it on and we would record. This is back in the Bronze Age, before we had computers and even, VHS tapes, and we would listen to it all week. But what I loved about her was, even though the show was called The Carol Burnett Show and she had a big cast, it was an ensemble. No one was more important than anybody else. She could have made it, this is my show and I star in every sketch, but she didn't. It was Lyle Wagner's show, it was Vicki Lawrence's show, it was Harvey Korman's, and it was Tim Conway's show. And I love that. I love that ensemble. And I've never wanted to be alone on stage.
Yeah.
I love having other people.
For me, that's the reason I love theater. And this in general is just community.
Yeah.
And getting to do it with the people that you admire and you respect and you love, and Carol was like
the best.
epitome of that.
And there's an instant trust when you're doing a play. You know they had each other's back. And you know that they loved each other.
If you fall, I'll catch you.
I will catch you and we'll make a joke out of it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
she's a queen.
She is a queen, and she's still going strong, and we live in the same town, so I see her now and again. From what I can gather about Fanny Brice, just personally, is how she didn't allow anybody to tell her how to do her comedy. And I think you totally have that nailed in this show. And I think Carol was the exact same way.
Protective of
her own
thing.
Yeah, of her own thing. She's not going to let somebody say, maybe don't make that funny face. I remember my mother used to say to me, you don't have to be ugly to be funny. I was like, yes, I do. Don't tell me how to be funny.
And when you know who you are and what you bring,
yeah,
it's a sacred thing, and she knew to protect that.
She did, and she valued it. Both of them valued it, and you do that too. It's like
hello, I'm sitting with greatness here.
It's when you know what you have is of value, and some people don't, and they'll be tempted to kind of accommodate what they think other people's desires are for them. But what I loved about Fanny Brice and Carol Burnett is that they valued what they had to offer. And they didn't let anybody get in there and toy with it. Carol once said, I thought, this is what I want for the rest of my life, to make people laugh. Does that sound like something you would have said at one point?
100%.
Yeah,
I think also just, especially right now in the time that we're living in, to make people laugh is like a bit of healing.
It is.
And magic. And Carol, you did it.
You did it, Carol.
You did it.
Exactly.
And we're grateful.
There's something about finding the funny where nothing is sacred, including your own sense of yourself, where you're able to, kind of put the mirror back on yourself and laugh about yourself. And then people in the audience, they think they're laughing because you look goofy, but they're laughing because it lives in them too.
Totally.
We're just these flawed human beings, and that's why we still laugh when someone slips on a banana peel.
We could talk about Carol Burnett all day, but to wrap it up, Carol, we love you. Thank you for doing what you do. And that's all for this edition of Funny Women, and we'll see you next time.